Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. And now your host, Kyle Ruff.
Let me tell you, as a guy who sells t-shirts, doesn't work out selling t-shirts. No one fucking buys t-shirts. Although your boy from the UPS store, shout out to, I can't remember his name, he's a really nice guy.
Corey.
Corey. He bought us a couple t-shirts, which I appreciated.
He'll support.
Yeah.
He's local as fuck.
He's a good dude. Every time we're in there getting posters, he's always cracking up at us bullshitting and stuff. And
he's the best audience, bro. That was the first show he came to, but his laugh is fucking boisterous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best fucking audience.
We had a great audience to show because he was there. Reed was there in the front row fucking dying, and Reed's the loudest person in the world, as you guys know, listeners of the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. Yes. Hey, welcome in. On that note, welcome to the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Kyle Ruff, joined by Matt Newland. Say hello.
Check it out. How's it going, guys? Thanks for coming. No sign. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for stopping in, San Diego.
Podcast 72, baby.
I'll CGI it.
Yeah, we'll CGI.
Or I won't. I don't know. We'll see what.
I think the fans like it when it's back and forth.
If it's not there, they demand it. So I guess I might as well.
One thing fans like, it's inconsistency.
Kind of like how we put out our podcast every week.
Inconsistent. That's why we're the best in the boat.
That's goddamn right. Best in the boat. Speaking of which, it's what to say? Today's Friday the 27th.
It should be coming out.
Monday the 29th. So 30 is when they're airing it. Oh, no, excuse me. It is 30th. 30 is when they announce the results. There's some kind of a live results show that you can watch. And you get it's online, but you got to get a ticket. It is free, but you got to RSVP your Zoom spot.
Even for winners?
For anybody.
We don't have to pay?
I mean, they should fucking come to my house and blow me, but instead I got to pay for a free ticket like an asshole.
I thought they were gonna.
I mean, they're full of promises. Yeah. It's the government. Am I right?
I hate the government.
I hate the government.
No, I want to thank that guy for coming in and videotaping us for the Best of the Boat podcast.
What a fucking... Some reporter was like, we want to stop by because we want to do a montage of all the people who won in the quote, lighter side category. And I said, okay.
Have you been to one of our shows?
It's like, all right.
Can get pretty dark.
You're going to come in and Andre's going to tell you how he raped your mom.
Yeah, Drew's going to fuck his sister on stage.
Drew's going to fuck his own sister who's in the audience.
On stage.
Yeah. So he didn't come. And so we had to reschedule this podcast 2 or 3 times. But
I'm glad we're doing it now in the present moment, Kyle.
Yes.
We're here.
We're always here.
And we're doing it.
Moment.
And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
It's been a wonderful podcast. That's it for us.
Yeah. And have a good night.
Have a good night.
But now a lot of things have happened since the last podcast. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yep.
We've had the first of our winter series.
Great fucking
That was cool. We had a couple pretty interesting podcasts. Because I don't think we've done this since the one really shitty podcast. Or excuse me, open mic. I meant to say open mic. We haven't done this since the last really shitty open mic right before the show. Where we were just talking into a sea of unruly people.
We haven't covered that yet.
No, we'll get there.
Yeah.
What else?
Jamie, write that down.
Jamie, Google cunts at the press.
Yep.
And
cunts at Schmiggities.
Because
we will get to that as
Jamie, Google cunts.
What is that? What is that word?
Dude, look it up on Google Maps so we can figure out where they are and keep them out of our shows.
Yeah, man. What else we been doing? We'll get into the comedy biz here in a little bit. Just voting. We've been just voting a lot on politics.
Yeah.
We have been running for city council. We both got elected in Steamboat.
Both got elected.
Should we do some local shit? What's been going on in Steamboat?
What has been going local? Let me get one of those.
Mountain opened today.
So the mountain opened today. Steamboat Resort Ski Corporation, of which I am employed.
You are employed, so you got to be careful with what you say.
So I got to be careful what I say.
Fuck
them.
I am not employed. You don't have to be careful.
No, they're good to me. I got nothing bad to say about ski.
I enjoy working there when I worked there too.
Yeah, I mean a lot of locals.
Super nice.
It's just a super local thing where it's like, if you're in a coal mining town and the local coal mine, which 80% of people have worked for and you worked for, of course you can be like, man, fuck the coal mining corporation. I don't need those guys anymore. That's everyone in this town because everyone's worked for the resort at some point.
Like one time for them to do something bad to you and you're like, fuck them, man. You know, I hate them. I'm not working there anymore.
In reality, I've worked in a lot of really shitty places and they're decent. They're pretty decent.
Oh, what's your worst job you've ever had?
Oh, I'd have to think about it. I've had a lot of jobs. That used to be a list I had on my phone, my old phone, of all the jobs I've had. I've had like 30 jobs.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like a guy, until after college, the longest I'd ever worked at a job was 6 months.
Yeah. Classic seasonal shit, though.
Classic seasonal, but even before the seasonal thing, it was just like in high school, like I'd work at like a restaurant and then quit and then work here and then quit. And then in college, I'd have like a summer job, pick up like side work in the winter. And like I worked.
Paint a school. I painted a school once.
And it was like shit like that, like random like contract work stuff. I worked at a greenhouse. I got fired. That was the only job I really got fired from.
Oh, nice. How'd you get fired?
To make a short story accurate, there was a girl that I worked with, and we were fucking around because we used to just pants each other all the time.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah,
keep going.
and this is like the one girl, she decided she wanted to jump in one day, and I was like, oh, you want to fucking go in with the big dogs? And I fucking pantsed her like an animal. By the way, I might have been 18 and she was like 15.
I said, what was your worst job? Not what was your biggest
that was the best thing I ever did. Yeah, right. That was your first time you went to federal prison, Kyle. But I pantsed her, and we were all just dying laughing.
Yeah.
But as soon as I did it, my boss walked around the corner, and it was just straight up. Like, we were all, like, dying, especially, and then, like, he came around the corner, we were all even more dying, and he just walks up, he's like, ha, 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 you're fired.
Yeah.
And, right like, walked away, and I was like, wait, what? Did I just get fired? And everyone, it was all kind of like a dead silence, and I was like, because he just walked away.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's weird. And then the next day I came back, and I was like, did you fire me yesterday?
You mean that?
And he was like, yes, I did fire you yesterday. I was like, oh, well,
that makes sense.
He's like, yeah, like, I get it.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I was like, if I told you it was all in good fun, would that help? Yeah. And he was like, no. And
what
I was
if
like,
I told you it was just a joke?
What if I told you it was just for the yucks?
It was a goof.
It was a big old goof.
Everyone saw our snatch.
And he was like, it was quite the goof. I'll admit this, you're fired. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll see you later.
So this corporation allows dudes to pants dudes all day long.
Yeah, guys can just blow each other in the middle of the street, and that's fine. But ski core, you pants one underage girl.
Yeah, that's like it's like the opposite of homophobia, dude.
Right?
Straightophobia.
It's heterophobia.
What a coward.
Coward. Absolutely.
I made fish oil out of fish heads for a summer in Alaska. That was my worst job. Yeah.
Like you weren't like Deadliest Catch. You weren't on the boat.
No,
you were just squeezing heads.
Yeah, we were on the dock, like where the boats. Like we saw a couple. It's funny you said that. A couple of the actual like Deadliest Catch boats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they would drop off, but it was salmon season, so they were getting fucking salmon.
Oh.
They would drop off.
That's not nearly as deadly, right?
No,
that's like average catch.
That's pretty safe catch.
That's pedestrian catch. They call that.
That is vaguely safe catch. It's not in the winter. It's more in the summer. You got to be careful with the tides.
Just like great weather.
But yeah, they would unload, and then it would go down a conveyor belt. They'd get filleted and shit, and the heads would get chopped off, and those would come into this a room, not much bigger than this, but just taller than this room.
Oh, it was like a cubicle.
Yeah, with like 8 40-gallon pressure cookers that were just huge, and it was me and 3 dudes, and the fish heads would come in and they'd get grinded up, and then we'd put them in the pressure cookers through a tube, just pink slime.
Oof.
And then we'd cook them and then scrape the oil off the top, and that's fish oil.
That's like where you get your omega-3
fish oil, bro. We made like 3 totes is how we did it, and it's just a shit ton of fish oil.
Oh, gross.
And every day I smelled like salmon for about a year after that.
How?
Bro, you would literally open the cooker and the steam would
just fish steam.
Just fish, dude. That was my worst job.
That sounds terrible.
Luckily, it was only about a month because I think they they let me go early. I didn't get fired because it's a seasonal job. They'll be like, hey, season's over, you're good.
Right.
Season wasn't technically over. It was a shitty season for fishing, though.
Oh, they just didn't have no fish heads.
And they were like, we got to start cutting the fat, and I was part of the fat because I'm pretty sure I was just working one night and the dude.
You were a part-time fish oil squeezer.
Well, it was like 13-hour days during the season,
Oh.
so it was actually pretty brutal. But the dude came in, and I would just like sleep with like these 8 40-pound pressure cookers, dude. So dangerous. And I would just be sleeping in there. He would walk in.
Just covered in fish oil and
He
sleeping.
definitely let the boss know. He's like, hey, that guy was sleeping, so if you're going to let anyone leave early, have it be him.
You weren't exactly the most gung-ho employee.
No, God,
the
no. It
fish oil
sucked
factory.
ass.
I mean, it
when
sounds
your
like it.
jobs like that.
Where in Alaska was that?
It's called Naknek.
Naknek.
Yeah, it's by Dutch Harbor where the things are. It's right on the harbor, bro. It's actually pretty cool. It would have been nice to be able to walk around, but
you just
7
stuck
days a
in that.
week, 13-hour days.
Oh, I thought you said you worked 1 day a week.
No days off.
You worked
Wild.
7 days a week.
Yeah, for a month.
13-hour days.
And the catch is like it's like fishing in Alaska. You get paid hella money for really hard work.
Well, I guess you're
But you're in
cranking
the
overtime
processing
too.
Yeah.
So you probably made like 10 grand in a month and then fucked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I came in from lunch one time and the supervisors were like, because you come into the lunchroom and you got to put like your fucking gear on and shit because there's fish fucking everywhere.
Right.
It was 11:55. Work started at 12.
Yeah.
And I showed up 11:55 and he was like, "You're late." And I looked at the clock and I was like,
No, I'm not.
"It's 11:55." He's like, "Yeah, it's gonna take you at least 10 minutes to put your gear on." I was like, "Oh, you should make work start at 11:50 then."
Yeah. Should account for such
So
things.
he also didn't like me for that. But yeah, it was definitely my worst fucking job.
That's also he just presumed how fast you can change clothes. What if you were really fast?
That was a really fast clothes
What if you had your
changer.
gear on like under tearaways and you were just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Just right
I
his face.
sleep in this gear, bro.
Yeah. I live this
I
job,
sleep
bro.
in this fucking gear. But that's classic. Like, you're late. You're not early. You're late. And I was 21, not having that type of.
Were you so stoked? You're like, I got a job in Alaska. And then you got there and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. So my buddy from college had done it the year before, and he got like a bunch of us to do it. He was like, "No, it kind of sucks. The job he got that year was cool. He got to like drive around and fucking do shit. And then it's a draw of the hat what type of fucking job you get.
Yeah.
So most of them were in like the warehouse where like the cans of salmon were, just moving pallets of fucking salmon and shit like that. And somehow I was one of the 3 guys out of 1,000 employees that got to do the fish oil. Dude, and I was like, how the fuck did this happen?
You drew the short
I
fish
drew the
straw.
short fucking straw. But yeah, we got there and it was actually pretty fucking fun. Whiskey, like Canadian Mist was like $45. Everything's so fucking expensive there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the fishermen, like they're like, don't talk to the fishermen because they'll rape you.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Those dirty
Girl,
sailors.
guy. When
Like-
they come into dock, don't go to the bar down the street.
When they come to town, they're fucking.
Yeah, because they
If you get in the
will
way,
get you. Shout out to Naknek
Naknek
Alaska.
community.
General something seafoods.
Alaska's a
Alaska
wild
General
place.
Seafoods.
Alaska
Shout out to
General-
Alaska General Seafoods.
Shout out. One finger shout out.
Yeah, that was a good fucking job.
Yeah, I just went up to Alaska for the first time for a wedding, and it was definitely expensive. Fucking everything.
Yeah.
was expensive.
Where'd you go?
Talkeetna.
Talkeetna. That's close to Anchorage, right?
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
flew into Anchorage.
Dope fucking airport, right?
The airport is sweet.
Anchorage
I
airport is
had a
sick.
bunch of fish and chips there. I was hoping to get crab, couldn't afford it. I had to
Yeah,
get fish
no
and
way.
chips, but I paid up for the halibut.
Yeah.
The best halibut I had out of 3 things of halibut was in the airport.
Damn.
It was good.
Only in
Some
Alaska.
Fat nugs of fucking of halibut. It was really good.
That's what's up.
There's some like oil fucking rig asshole like. I hate this is what happens, and I hate when this kind of thing happens, especially when you're just in like a place like an airport bar. I have my headphones in, minding my own business. I'm killing time because I got to wait like an hour or two. I think it was like an hour 45 for my buddy to show up and give me a ride because we had to drive 2 hours up to Talkeetna.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm watching a video on my phone, headphones in, and he like nudges me to like make some comment about the game. He's like, "Oh, that was pretty cool, right?" Something. I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" He was like, "That was pretty cool, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, for sure, whatever." And then he's like, "Oh, it's making small talk
Yeah.
and stuff," and like maybe 5 minutes in, like he's talking up a storm. And then I'm like, yeah, well, that was like a thing that I did. I can't remember specifically, but like I was just like, yeah, here's a story about me. And he just turns his head and starts talking to the next guy.
Damn.
And I was like, fuck you. You interrupted me.
I took my headphones out for you, bro.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk to you.
Now you do this to me?
Fucking dickhead.
Should have grabbed him by the shirt lapel.
He
Hey,
just-
I took my headphones out
Yeah.
for you.
Do you know who the fuck I am?
We're in this now. We're in this conversation.
Yes. No, we're best friends for the next hour.
Do you have AirPods or are they cords? Still?
They're AirPods.
AirPods?
Yeah,
What do
so
you-
he could see them.
yeah.
I had a hat on like this hat. You could see all of my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a dick.
What a fucking
He
chiller,
really just,
dude.
he's one of those guys who just he like acts like he wants to talk, but he just wants to tell you about him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I've worked on oil rigs all around the world. Like I was in Dubai doing this. And it was something, oh, I know what it was. It was a reality show. It was like the Gold Diggers of Alaska.
Gold Rush?
Yes. And he was like, I know them. And
Oh,
then-
he wasn't one of them, though?
No,
He was
just
just
a guy.
telling you that, hey,
He just
that's-
said he knew
oh.
him, and then another reality TV show comes on, and he's talking. It was Swamp People, and he's like, "I know that guy." He's like, "It's not real," because we were talking about how reality TV show was bullshit,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, I'm from Louisiana." Like the Swamp People, like I know Carl or whatever his name is, and he's like, "Yeah, they don't. It's all bullshit. They don't actually do this and that." And I was like, "You know all the Swamp People, huh?" And he's like, "Oh, I know all the Swamp People." Like calling them by their first names,
Yeah.
being all casual, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool,
That dude loves that show. Let's
He-
be real. He doesn't know any of them, and he fucking wishes he does.
Well, I know what he does love, and he loves that dude. Loves that dude. That's what he
Yeah,
loves.
for sure.
And he wanted to make sure I knew how much I should also love that dude.
So, yeah, my buddy lives in Alaska, and he does like the hunting. And one of the dudes he hunts with is on like Alaska: The Last Frontier. It's like
Yes.
a big show.
Mhm.
The Legend is what they call him. I don't know his real name,
Yeah,
but like my buddy so flies in. He's like, "Oh, you're that fucking guy from the show."
yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, man, can you believe that shit? They called me the Legend." How funny is that?
That's fucking wild, right?
Oh my god.
That's too funny. But yeah, Alaska Sweet Talkeetna was awesome.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We did a plane tour through Denali, and it was life-changing.
Yeah, the small plane.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
scary.
unreal.
Yeah.
If you see me in person, be like, Kyle, show me those pictures from Alaska, and I'll be like, oh, and I'll show them all to you, and I'll be super excited about
Yeah.
it.
3 hours will go by.
Yeah, 3 hours will go, but I'll be like that guy at the bar.
And then as soon as you start talking
And
about
then as soon
yourself,
as you're like,
Kyle's
oh, look at my
gone.
picture, I'm going to be like, so anyways, hey, you want to see some pictures from Alaska?
I know the fucking swamp people.
Yeah, right? Oh, Larry, the swamp
That's
guy?
just his fucking conversation starter for everyone he talks to.
Probably.
Even at like a fucking bar.
Probably.
Just goes out at night. Hey, lady,
Yeah.
you ever seen swamp people?
You ever want to be with a swamp person?
It's all fake.
It's all fake.
There's
I'm a
no
real swamp guy.
There's no people.
Yeah. It's all in L.A.
It's all
It's a swimming pool.
under the Hollywood. You can see the Hollywood sign in the background of some of the shots.
Yeah, if you look close. I could show you. You want to come to my apartment? I'll show you. Oh,
fuck.
what else has happened? So Thanksgiving just happened.
Yep.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I don't celebrate.
We've already established that you
Yeah.
hate tradition and celebrations.
I do. No, I mean, it was fine. I watched some football, did my stuff, dude. Did you celebrate?
I mean,
Did you celebrate America, baby?
every day of my
Every day.
life.
Every goddamn day. Land on free.
Freedom isn't free. Did you know that?
I did know that. Free.
Costs $1.05, baby.
South Park's the best.
Ah, it's so good. We just watched the post-COVID special. Fantastic.
Yeah, check it out.
10 out of 10.
Dude,
Would recommend.
they still got it.
They still got
no
it.
spoilers. No spoilers
Yeah.
on this podcast,
No,
but they still fucking got it.
Oh, still got it. Love them. Love them to death. Steamboat residents, occasionally. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Good dudes.
Great dudes.
Great guys. Do you have a good Thanksgiving though? What'd you do? Did
was
you,
good.
Did you plan anything, or did you just fall into the happenstance of Thanksgiving?
Because
Because that's where I'm at to talk about me a little bit. Like, if something's like, hey, let's do this. You want to come over and have some dinner? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Depending on how many people there are and who they are,
Right.
you know. But I'm not gonna be the one that's like, come on over.
So were you
I'm
like by
cooking."
yourself?
So not the beginning of the day.
Okay. So we
I was
would have
with-
invited you over. Now I feel bad.
No, yeah, this is what this podcast is about, making you guys feel
Oh,
bad for not
fuck.
inviting me over. I'm glad you brought up Thanksgiving, Kyle. Here's the
So
thing, you
I
guys
was
are
at home
dicks.
crying. What
Yeah.
were you doing?
No, I had a great... The other thing is, no one wants anyone to be alone on Thanksgiving, you know?
Right.
But what if you're like, it's fine, it's a me day.
Could be a you
It's a
day.
very sad thing to say, right?
I mean, That's being like, who needs family on Christmas? You know?
it's all stupid. I don't celebrate nothing. No one wants to hang out with me.
Sometimes you just watch old cartoons by yourself. And
No, I watched some football, man.
yeah.
You guys had Thanksgiving here?
We had Thanksgiving here. I watched, so
Was it
I wasn't sure if
fun?
I was going to have Thanksgiving off, and Reed and the rest of my roommates are all big foodies. And so they were like, we're going to make this, and we're going to spend all day doing that. Reed literally took the turkey. It took him like an hour. He massaged the skin of the
Jesus
turkey.
Christ.
So it was loose
That's
enough.
a sight.
So I saw it.
He was shirtless too.
He was
I bet.
he was pantsless,
Yeah.
and he was rubbing the skin so it was loose but didn't come out, didn't rip, and he had it loose enough that he covered his hands in butter and then smeared butter underneath the skin of the whole bird, even the legs. I was like, "You got on the legs?" He's like, "Oh yeah." It's like
It's the best part.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh legs."
Why are you doing this, Reed? It's for flavor.
Yeah, and he's like, I was like, "Why are your pants off, Reed?" And he's like, "Fuck off." But then not only did he rub the inside and the outside of the skin with a compound butter with like herbs and spices that he made himself, but then he got a syringe and was injecting butter into the entire bird.
He used to be a cook or something?
No, he just is fat.
I wish he was here doing this with us.
Yeah,
And
right.
he'd be able to talk. He used to be a cook, Reed.
Yeah, his wife used to be a chef on the mountain.
Well, they're chefing out there right now, dude.
They chef all day long. That's all they
folk,
do.
Dude, married folk love to chef.
They're great roommates to have.
That's when you say, I do. When you say I do, you're like, I do want to cook.
I
with
do
you.
want to buy a pressure cooker
I
with
do
you.
want to get.
Oh God, Reed's been talking about buying a smoker for like the last year, and he's like, it's like every day he fantasizes about buying this. Like, you can buy a smoker that you can set up to your phone, where you put shit in it, and then you monitor the temperature on your phone.
That sounds expensive.
It is,
Sounds very
and
expensive.
it's like all that Reed wants in his whole life, and I fully support it because I'll eat whatever he smells.
Yeah, I was gonna say when's his birthday? Maybe we can help him out, but that sounds very expensive.
I mean, I'll help him out. I'll throw in like $50.
Yeah,
It's like
I'll
$5
buy the
grand.
chicken wings.
I'll buy, yeah.
He doesn't have the smoker yet. I just bought him chicken wings.
Yeah, so if you want to just
Once
save
you-
those for a couple months,
Once you put them in the freezer, once you
Yeah.
get the cooker,
you'll know when the time is
we'll
right.
be eating. It's like what?
You'll know. But yeah, he massaged it and then injected it with butter, and it was very good.
Yeah,
But I didn't know if I was gonna have Thanksgiving off
yeah.
because the mountain they do all kinds of shit on Thanksgiving, and also I'm a shitty cook, and so there's a board out there, and it had on like a dry erase like what everyone was gonna make. It would be like Reed turkey, and then like Dan like potatoes and this and
Yeah.
that, and at the bottom I just wrote Kyle, alcohol and moral support.
Boom. That's the best spot
And that's
to be.
what I brought. I bought a shitload of fucking booze, bought a bottle of whiskey, 2 bottles of wine, and a case of beer.
No one. Yeah. If you can't cook, can you cook? Not bad.
I've been a cook. I've worked as a cook.
Yeah, you've had 80 jobs.
I've had 80 jobs. I think 9 of them were as cooks. So about 11% of the time I'm a
Yeah.
cook. But I just don't. I'd rather watch football and get drunk. And that's exactly what I did all day. And it was
That's
a
a
great
good
time.
day.
It was a solid day.
Speaking of football, big win today.
Oh! Hail to the victors, valiant hail. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my Michigan hat and my Michigan shirt and my Michigan pajamas. I was wearing Michigan slippers earlier. We beat Ohio State for the first time since I was a senior in college.
You were like a little boy watching that game. You were very excited.
Yes.
Very happy.
Yeah, you were there. And we were with Nasty Nate, friend of the show, Nasty Nate, former podcast guest. He's a piece of shit. He's an Ohio
Loves
State
Ohio
fan.
State.
He was more decked than I was. He has like the beads and everything
Yeah,
and stuff. And so
the
we got drunk. And he
Calf socks.
handled it like a champ just because he knows that he's had to watch me in person lose that game like
Yeah.
6 times. We did 3 years in a row. We did a T-shirt bet where whoever won had to buy the other person a T-shirt of their choosing.
Any T-shirt.
It was of their choosing, so there's this fucking company of Ohio State fans that just make custom T-shirts every year, and it's usually just like, so the one year it was Ohio. It just says, it's red, just says Ohio, but the O is the classic picture. You can Google it. I typed in a GIF of Michigan just to like mock my buddy, and this is the first one that came up. It's this kid in the stands when Michigan lost to Michigan State off of a blocked punt at like the last second. It was Harbaugh's first year.
I remember that.
And there's a kid in a Michigan shirt who just has his hands above his head in disbelief, like, oh, And that was the O in Ohio.
Yeah.
And then the next year, it came down to the wire, and they went for it on 4th and 1 to seal the game. And the guy was fucking short, but they gave him the first down, and it's Harbaugh in the press conference was like, he's this short, and he's got his hands like 8 inches apart. So they took that, made that the H in Ohio.
My God.
So I had to buy him both of those shirts. Then I had to buy him another one that just said Ann Arbor is a whore.
Damn. Those are tough pills to swallow. And
Yeah.
from what I hear, you guys called that bet off, so he doesn't have to get you a T-shirt.
No, he has to buy me a T-shirt.
He should.
He's like, just because I feel bad, I'll buy you a T-shirt this year. And I was like,
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, that's fair and that's equal.
That should be.
Because Nate's a man of character.
Because Nate is, as nasty as nasty Nate is.
He was a good sport.
Great guy. Real gem of a guy.
Watching that game, too, I was like, he's decked out in Ohio State gear, and he's a great sport about this.
There's a couple times where he got up and he's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But not much after.
No.
The whole time, we were up 10, and I was sitting there like, we're gonna lose, we're gonna fucking lose. And Nate's like, I'm comfortable. Like, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Finally,
fuck
with,
you.
The last possession with like a minute 30 left.
Yeah.
Finally, victory formation. You're like, we're going to do it.
Yeah. when there was like, it was like 2 seconds left when we were up by 15. I was like, I think we have a chance.
Might have a chance.
I think we can do this.
Win this one.
That was the only time I was comfortable the whole game. We also, any Steamboat locals who are fans of Harvey's Huddle, which is the radio show that Drew does.
Drew McElhaney. Shout
out
to
to Drew McElhaney. Yes. Friend of the show. Nate and I went on the radio to talk about Michigan, Ohio State the other day at the Barley. We did it live at the Barley, which is so funny because they like the whole time before I even sit down, like Nate's like, dude, don't swear. Whatever you do, you can't swear. And I'm like,
Oh
I
my
know,
God,
I'm fine. I got
swear.
it. Yeah. I was like, fuck you, dude. I'm going to do whatever I want. And then like Harvey of Harvey's Huddle, we go to sit down. He was like in between a break, and we sit down. He doesn't even say hi. He just looks at me. He's like, don't swear. And I was like, I know, I'm not going to swear.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And then the whole show went through, and it was good.
You didn't swear?
Didn't swear.
You should
Nate said damn, which I was like, huh?
No, you can't cuss.
Huh?
That's one in the jar, bitch.
I should have been like, you buy us all shots,
dirty
dude.
fucking bitch,
You dirty
dude.
fucking cunt.
That's like the opposite rule to our podcast. If you come on here, you have to swear.
Yeah, if you don't
you have to
swear,
say retarded.
then we call you the N-word and we throw you out of the house.
You should have just been like, right when you got on air, you should have been like, so can I swear or not?
Yeah.
No one's been very clear about
Like,
that.
so is the F word a swear, technically?
What do you guys, now we're getting into some speech stuff here.
Yeah,
all
right.
right?
I was like, don't censor me, bro.
Now
That's what I
this is
said.
an English class, but what is a cuss word?
Yeah.
There's just words, right? These
Yeah, right?
words.
Yeah. Like, what about cock? Huh? Where does that lie?
Yeah. You're talking about the Gamecocks,
Yeah.
South Carolina.
If I was like, man,
Talk it
like,
up.
I had a bunch of chickens and one big fat cock. He used to patrol the
Big
coop.
veiny cock.
Big veiny, triumphant fucking black cock.
And he used to
And he was in charge.
rooster sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And he used to crow. And they're like, oh, okay.
So they thought he was a crow. Turns out he's just a cock.
Turns out he's just a fucking... It's just a crow that I put a gobble on and called him a cock. But yeah, so the game was great. Go Blue. About fucking time.
That's why I texted you too. I was like, "You still down to podcast?" Because I was like, "There's a 50% chance he got wasted after that win."
I had friends texting me. My one buddy, Timmy Reynolds, shout out to Timmy Reynolds, buddy of mine from high school, die-hard Ohio State fan, went to Ohio State. I've hung out with him in Columbus and shit. He texted me right after that, and he was like, "Congrats to you, a true Michigan fan." And I was like,
That
thanks,
feels
man.
good.
And he's like, are you getting blacked out? And I was like, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm an adult now.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
If we had won 5 years ago, yes.
Yeah.
But it's been so goddamn long.
Yeah, so I'm going to act like it was 25 years ago when I would get blacked out. I'm not that old. So, yeah, that was fantastic. The football has been good since the last podcast, except for my shitty Giants, of course. But that's a whole other shitty
They
conversation.
fired Jason Garrett, though, and that's a huge victory.
That is a
It's
huge W.
victory on the
It's like,
season.
thank God. But you know who they replaced him with? Who the interim is? Freddie Kitchens.
I don't know, Freddie.
Freddie Kitchens was the Cleveland coach.
Big fat dude?
Big fat dude.
Yeah,
White
okay.
beard.
Yep.
After what's his name? Not Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine.
I just got Wolverines on the brain. That's what it is.
X-Men.
Yes.
I think he says that one time, and he kicks that guy down the well.
Yes, right. Like, this is madness. This is X-Men. This is Xavier's School for Gifted Children, and he kicks him down the well.
Comes out of a bathtub.
Yeah. Claws flying. Oh, I love 300.
Yeah, Giants brutal, bro. Giants suck.
Yeah, they're not good. It's bad. But the Bears suck too, luckily.
Yep.
And we have their first round picks, so we're gonna have 2 like top 10 picks.
Super Bowl next year, baby.
Super Bowl
At
next
least you guys
year.
can be on Hard Knocks.
Hey,
You
we
have
got
not
that going
made
for
the
us.
playoffs in quite a long time.
I thought we were gonna be on it this year. I'd be fine if we were on it next year.
Yeah.
There'll be some Saquon drama. It'll be good.
A lot of times those big mega stars, they don't like a lot of the camera time unless you're Dak Prescott. He was pretty much this whole season.
Dak was like, "Look at me."
Yeah, he's like, do the camera. It's from the side. Make
him and
sure you
Zeke too. Zeke's a fucking ham. I hate Zeke so much.
You don't like him?
I
He's a
hate him
weird
more
guy,
than.
dude.
Not only is he a weird guy, he's also a douche. He also went to Ohio State and he's a Cowboy, which are my least favorite pro and college teams.
And he might not even be the best running back on the Cowboys
He's
this year. 'Cause
definitely not.
Pollard is fucking
Pollard
really
is
good.
very good.
Zeke's so weird. That was a very weird season of fucking
He's
Hard
been
Knocks.
suspended for like fighting bouncers at concerts and shit. Like who does that?
Well, that just makes me respect him a little more as a
At
person.
least he stands his ground.
Yeah, at least
you
he
know?
stands his ground.
At a
you know?
Fish
You're not gonna
concert, he
let
doesn't
him
take
in.
any shit.
He was just so. I didn't know he talked like that effeminately, and I don't know if you can say that.
He is a little effeminate, yeah.
What, wasn't he a little effeminate?
With that many
eccentric?
piercings, he's got to be kind of effeminate.
God,
Just saying.
black people look really cool with the piercing. And
Do
the-
they?
Yes.
Do
dude.
they?
The running back for the Saints.
Well, Alvin Kamara is fucking sweet, so he can do whatever he
looks
wants. But when
cool, bro.
Zeke does it, not cool.
As far as like a white guy with that kind of piercing is an absolute fucking no go.
And we're talking. You did the gesture for those listening. We're talking about like the bull piercing through the nose. where you got-
Ezekiel Elliott, a lot of
Zeke
the
has
NFL
one. Alvin
players do
Kamara
it.
has one. When's the last time you saw a white guy with a nose bull piercing?
Like the fucking singer from Disturbed, I think.
There you go.
And that's like what you have to be as a white guy to have that piercing.
Yes, or at least you're like, I get it. It's still not cool, but I get why you would have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of piercings.
Speaking of things that are piercing, it was really piercing the fucking heckling woman in our last show. So our last show, we just got done with the very first of the winter
Comedy
stand-up-
series.
Winter stand-up series at Schmiggity's.
It's a free show. Give
Free.
him a little taste.
We gave him a little taste.
A little taste.
For free.
A little taste of free. Make him come
Mhm.
back for more.
Yeah.
But the thing with free shows, Kyle,
Is a whole bunch of fucking random shitty people show
a
up.
whole bunch of drunk fuckers who would never come to a comedy show decide to stop by.
So just pop in.
Stop
and
by and just give their 2 cents
Yeah.
on everything you fucking say. I got fucking heckled pretty good on the Saturday show. It was a great turnout. Before we get
Well,
into
let's
that.
do like a whole recap. So
Yeah.
first night, on that note, inside baseball of like when you put together a comedy show, especially a free show. So the first show, when we do our show starts at 8, ends at about 9:30.
Yeah. Which is a clusterfuck to put on a show, by the way. I
know.
thank you for doing it because
I-
it fucking
Sucks.
looks horrible.
It's
bro.
not great.
And now I thank God every day I don't have to do that. So I was like, that looks fucking god awful.
Well,
I'll show up
it's-
in moral support all fucking day.
It'd be better if if I could somehow just be a show producer and didn't perform, or vice versa.
Yeah, but then
Because-
you have to kill yourself because
but
you're
then-
not performing, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then I'd have to go to Denver, and then I'd kill myself.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friends from Denver.
Fuck yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, Jeff Stonick was fucking hilarious. Austin Black, hilarious. Georgia Comstock fucking killed it.
They all had great fucking
Yeah.
sets.
Those three or comics, I had not met them before. I knew them just through connections in Denver. Had them come up. The three of them came up. Had a great couple of shows. But the first show, to the point of it being free, when it's a free show as opposed to when you buy a ticket, you don't show up. You don't care if you show up on time.
Yeah.
So
when
like
it's
the
free.
first show, like we were watching the videos earlier, I kind of like glanced over the first one, but so I hosted the Friday show
Yep.
to an audience of about 9 people
Yeah.
when we first opened. So I went up there and just ate buckets of dick.
Yeah.
To nobody. It was Nasty Nate sitting in the front row,
Yeah.
just like politely laughing at all my jokes that he'd heard before.
He's the man.
I love Nasty
Great
Nate.
sport.
Terrible team that he roots for. Great sport though.
Yep.
But by the end of the show, there was probably like 50 people
Packed
there.
house.
Yeah. So towards the end, I mean, you went up right before dinner. You went about halfway,
Yeah.
and so
there
it was not bad by that.
No, not at
It
all.
was
I
filling up
had
a
a
little bit.
decent set on Friday. It wasn't again not great, not bad though.
Yeah.
Much better than.
No, I mean you're solid. You got your material down and shit.
Yeah.
Like you're
It's nice when you can just do the material, right?
Yes, right. Like I don't have to take any risks tonight.
Yeah, I can just.
That's
do
why
it.
I always look forward so much to like going out of town. Like I got a couple. So in December I'm doing a show in California and a show in Denver and a show in Vail.
Hey yo,
Heyo.
Hidden Mark Masters.
Yeah,
Vail?
I'm doing
What's
the Vail
up?
Comedy Show on the 16th.
Fuck yeah. December.
Yeah.
Damn.
Actually, I might have a spot for you.
All right.
Wait, remind me after the show. I'll shoot Mark a text because he was talking about. He mentioned Kalen. I think it's just because he wanted like a chick, someone to break it up.
Classic,
But,
dude. Women
I'm-
get everything in comedy.
Yeah, right. It's because there's 9 of them. It's like being a drummer and trying to find a band. People are like, "Can you play drums? Can you please play drums?" It's like that's like a black person or a fucking or anyone who's not white or a dude. They're like, "Can you please be on our show?"
Yeah, for sure. What else can chicks get to handed to them in comedy?
Just get everything handed to them. Always have.
Oh my God, always have.
So, but yeah, I love doing those shows because I can just show up and just do
December 16th.
all the hits. 16th, yeah, it's a Thursday, and then the next day, or 17th, 18th, then we got shows here.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to go, failcomedy.com, check it out. I don't know who the headliner is. Oh no, it's a guy named French Accent who was on America's Got Talent. I did it. Yeah, it's a weird name. It's like a character he does where he like plays accordion.
My
but
brain overloaded when you said that. A French accent. And he was on America's Got Talent. I was like,
Right,
French
right?
American talent. Accents.
So American Accent, he was on French Has Talent,
Holy shit.
but he
he did a Spanish accent the whole time.
yeah, the whole time he was in blackface.
He actually won the show.
Yeah, right. They're like, just the balls. We'll give it to you. He just did Dave Chappelle for an hour. But he's really good. He's like one of those guys where he's like super high energy and it's just like joke, 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 joke,
Yeah.
joke, joke. And it's like you don't even have time to like be like, what the fuck is happening? But he's good. I did an online mic with him with Mark over the old pandemic. But anyways, getting back to the show. So that first night was good. Like I said, it was a rocky start, but that's just how it goes. But the second night, Saturday, packed house.
Yep.
Right off the bat.
Turning people away at the door.
Fucking, god damn it. I was like, let them all in. Who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
fucking.
They can stand on stage.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
give
go.
a shit. Just stand in the back. Like we'll overcome.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But it was probably.
Jam packed.
I mean, I wanted to get like a picture from the stage, like I try to do on pack shows like that. Like when I ruined the Adam Kate Holland
Yeah,
show.
but he gave you PTSD.
He gave me
doing that.
When I was just talking about 9/11 the whole time. But it was probably 80 plus people, probably pushing 100.
Yeah, at least. I would
Yeah.
say 80.
Yeah, awesome. Great turnout. Drew hosted that one. Kaylin went up, I went up, you went up, and then our Denver
three.
friends. Yeah, and it was just a fucking awesome time.
Yeah.
Man. Such a great way to kick off the season.
Yeah, if that's any indication
Yeah.
of the shit we're going to be doing this fucking winter, it's going to be great.
Yes.
You had as not big a reaction on Friday from your set. You got twice that on Saturday.
Yeah.
They fucking loved you.
No, that was one of the best responses I've ever had.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
fucking awesome.
that was
Your
like in-
your timing was on. The fucking movements were there.
Yeah.
It was a fucking good set.
I
for
wanted
sure.
to make sure that I something I try to be conscious of whenever because if you want to get better, you got to watch yourself. And whenever
You
I
have
watch,
to masturbate while you watch yourself.
well,
too.
my dick's always out.
Yeah.
When I'm in this room, no
And
one's
if you
in
want to
here.
get really good, you have to come at the end of your set.
Right,
so.
right at the closer. Yeah, it's a timing thing.
Yep.
And that's how you figure out your timing. And I always, whenever I watch myself, I'm like, I need to be faster. I need to be like, boom, boom, boom. I don't like having gaps in between.
Yeah.
And so I made it a point to do that, and I fucking hammered it home, and it went really well.
Yeah.
And your set went well, other than some bitches.
Some just drunk chickens, bro.
Drums.
I called them that.
So, yeah, we just watched it a second ago.
And honestly, it's usually, I was telling you this, usually when I watch my sets, I'm like, I did good, and then I watch it, and I was like, I hate myself. That was the opposite, because after I got off stage on this one, I was like, I hated that. Got fucking heckled. That sucked. And then we just watched it, and I was like, that wasn't that bad. Didn't
No, it
handle
wasn't.
it terribly. Didn't handle it great.
Yeah.
Handled it okay, though.
No.
So, yeah, I got like 3 minutes through, and I was, after every joke, these drunk 3 chicks in the like the third or fourth row
Yeah.
would say something after every one of my punchlines. And for the first 3 minutes, I was like, I'll just power through. I've done that fucking before. That's fine. But after 3 minutes, I was finally like, you don't have to fucking talk to me while I'm up
They were
here.
just making dumb little comments like, yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure you do.
Like, it'd be like a punchline, it'd be like a laugh, and as it's coming down, like right before you got your next one, they'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we know. And it's like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
which is eventually what I got to. But I was but I just told them they didn't have to talk to me. And it was getting laughs. And most all my rebuttals to them got at least a decent laugh, besides a few at the fucking end. Because there's this one joke that I have that I'm liking right now that I'm like, I can't
The
wait
renting
to do
joke?
Yeah,
Yep.
can't wait to do this joke. It's been getting good reactions.
One of your best jokes.
I think it's fucking great. And they fucked that joke up.
Yeah, they did.
Right in the middle of it, right when I'm about to get to the meat. Right when I'm about to get to the tender, skinless meat.
The butter massage, Reed Belmonte turkey meat.
Yeah, Reed buttered it up. And then, so they fucked that up. And then that's when I got pissed. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. You've just been chatting this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Please shut the fuck up.
Well,
and they were just so drunk that no matter what I was going to, this is what at least what I'm telling myself, no matter like how funny I was going to make the banter between me and them, they would not have shut the fuck up.
Right. No, they weren't going to be like, you know what, that's a good point, I'm going to stop talking. They had already decided, because there's two things that a heckler will do when you call them out. They'll either shut up or they'll double down.
Yeah.
And these chicks just doubled down.
Yeah, they didn't. Oh, I didn't even tell you. At the open mic, her friend came up to me.
That most recent one?
Yeah. So Tuesday, her friend came up to me and was just like, I just wanted to let you know that was my friend there, and I'm sorry, and I just didn't want you to think that I was the one doing it. It was pretty much just her, and I was like, don't ever bring her to another fucking show ever again.
It's like, I appreciate it, but also tell your friend to kill herself.
Never come to another show.
Yeah.
And no, but it was good, man. Like I said, we just watched it, and it actually wasn't as bad as I fucking thought.
I like the one line where it was you were like, can I get back to my jokes? And she said something like, yeah, like about time or something like that. And you just came back. You're like, am I not getting laughs?
Yeah.
Like, do you not hear the people around you laughing?
That's why I tried to give her some like self-realization. Like, look around, look at all the people that are here, because it was a packed house.
Yeah.
Like, look at the people that are here. They're all having a good time. You guys are just chatting like it's a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
The worst podcast of all time.
Yeah, you and your chickens.
And you I called them chickens, which Kyle loved. That was your favorite line.
I think I laughed really hard, and that was it.
But yeah, they sucked. I got off stage, and I was about to get off stage. I was like, thank you. You guys were great, except you three. You fucking suck. And then I got off stage. Not bad, though, man. That's why we do it. It's part of the game.
It's part of the game, man.
You know, especially with the free show. Now, I forgot that part.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of getting better. Yeah. I mean, myself especially, the more you do it, the more you're prepared to deal with situations like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I felt bad for, like, Kaylin. Friend of the show, Kaylin. We love her. She's hilarious. But she had some resistance in the crowd. Yeah. And she's not used to that.
No, because she usually always fucking...
Yeah, because she's usually just solid.
Set, yeah.
Like, she's not used to being like, hey, you, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you got to get used to that.
Yeah. You got to get used to that. Sometimes you got to be like, let me pause everything I'm doing.
Sometimes you got to jump off stage and yell at him.
Yes. Oh, that was the best.
Which is our boy.
So, yeah, right after Matt went up, Jeff Stonick, who was he was a last-second addition to the show.
I'm glad he fucking came.
Me too. I felt so bad because I didn't know who he was. Like, Austin was like, hey, we know that Salma dropped out, who is who I originally like knew them through.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know a guy who can come up. And I was like, yeah, sure. Come on up. And I figured at that, like, late at notice, he was just like a guy they knew, like an open micer or something like that. We
can't know everything that's going on with Denver comedy 24/7.
Exactly. Can't. I barely know anything of what's going on in Denver comedy.
Yeah, we're just in this stupid little town doing our stupid little
jokes. Our stupid little jokes, like stupid little mountain people.
Yeah.
In the hills. And, I was like, well, I got you for 10. I got those two for 20. And he was like, just like, oh, like, dude, like, can I have more time than that? Like, I drove all the way here and this and that. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And even
you're a cool guy. A lot of showrunners would have been like, go fuck yourself, buddy. No way.
Yeah.
But that's because that's what we do in Steamboat.
Yeah. And if you're a comic listening, that's what we do in Steamboat. We'll fold.
Yeah, we will fold like chickens, bro.
Like fucking chicks in the audience.
But Jeff got on stage after me.
So Jeff got on stage after you, and the chicks were still talking, but he's a high energy guy too, and he was powering through. And I didn't even notice that they were still being annoying. And he straight up jumps off of the stage, walks up to them 3 rows in, leans down in this chick's face and is like, "Did you hear me? I said that I used to suck dicks like this." And he starts doing the same bit right in her face. And this chick didn't even look up. Didn't even look up from her phone. Because he was like, "Hey, lady on your phone."
Lady on your phone. That's why he jumped off stage.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, she's like having a convo on her fucking phone. The worst woman in Steamboat.
She sucked, dude.
But he got off stage and she left after that set.
She did. Yeah,
so
she walked
our boy
out.
Austin and Georgia got to have some killer fucking sets.
Without that dumb bitch in there.
Without that dumb bitch there. Shout out to Austin and Georgia. They were fucking great.
Yeah. Speaking of dumb bitches, to shift gears a little bit, I mean, the shows were great. So, open mic before that, we had an unusual night.
That was a weird one.
It was a packed house at the Press.
At like 8 o'clock, too, which is never the case when we're doing open mics. It's usually us 4 sitting there.
It's usually us being like, should we push it
9:15?
back to 9? And then we push it back to 9, and that's when people are there. And this table, though, they had been there apparently since 4, according to Ed, drinking. And they would not. They were just in their own little world, just chatting up each other, and they wouldn't shut up the whole time. I'm really glad because we were doing the lineup, and I was up last, and I think you were up like second or third to last. And I was like so mad at these people. I was like, I'm going to go up right now because I was like, I just want to fucking unload.
Yeah, you
on
looked at
these
me right
people.
before I was going on stage. You're like, "Can I go up?" I was like, "Yeah, man."
Yeah.
Go up. And you're like,
and I was like, and I like had like a moment of self-realization. I was like, I should probably just not.
Yeah.
I was like fucking like shaking. I was so heated. And then, which didn't help though, because then at the end, I went up and it was packed, and they still kept talking, and I just started yelling, and I just started calling them. This one chick wouldn't shut up, so I went up to her during your set, and I was like, "Can you please just be respectful and stop talking?"
that was Drew's best laugh all night, bro. When those people walked in while he was hosting after he had been getting heckled for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And some new people walked in. He's like, "Hey guys, thank you, welcome in. Please be respectful to the comedians."
Yeah. Drew can't hold it together.
It was very good.
He couldn't help it.
We were dying.
We were dying.
But again, super drunk. Like you cannot
hammered.
get through to him.
Yeah, because I was like, "Please be respectful," and this chick was like, "Fuck you," and gave me the finger, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I looked at.
That's a human being, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I asked you nicely, and you were like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Have some wherewithal." And I went on stage, and a couple minutes in, they weren't saying anything, and I was just like, "Sorry, there's this fat bitch over there who won't stop talking, this dumb, fat fucking bitch."
Yeah.
And I like pointed her out, and they were so drunk and so oblivious that they didn't even notice that I was pointing at them and calling them fat fucking idiots.
Yeah, they had no idea.
No idea.
There's no winning that scenario.
Yeah. I got a good laugh from the crowd because everyone was like, "Did he just really fucking go that
Yeah.
far?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah.
Because
It's
I'm
an open
pissed.
mic, motherfucker.
Yeah,
We're saying it.
We're just fucking winging it.
We're
Yeah.
saying it, dude.
Fucking slinging jokes.
But at the beginning of that open mic, there was also something you don't get at every open mic. An 11-year-old girl was there that wanted to tell jokes.
No, that was the week before.
That was the same show, bro.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It was the same table because then the mom and the daughter, left,
left,
and they continued to
and
not
their
shut the
friends
fuck
stayed and didn't shut. They even heckled the fucking mom and the little girl, dude.
up. Yeah. Like their own friends, they wouldn't shut the fuck up. So it was a mom who was like, "My 11-year-old daughter wants to give it a shot," and the 11-year-old daughter was like, "Mom, stop embarrassing me." And so the mom just gets on stage and starts telling jokes off of her phone.
11-year-old joke.
Yeah.
11-year-old kid.
Well, it was just shit she read on the internet. But
Yep.
you can tell. We've done this enough that we go up there and sometimes someone will say a joke and be like, "Man, whoever wrote that was really funny 10 years ago."
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure. That was a great meme.
Yeah, great meme. Yeah,
I laughed really hard when I saw that on.
I remember that one.
saw
It had Tom
meme.
Hanks in it. Yeah, it was a great meme. But yeah,
But we both were saying like, God, the 11-year-old girl wants to try to do that. I was like, that's pretty cool.
yeah, super
That's pretty
awesome.
fucking dope. You
She ended
know?
up not getting up, but before that,
You know, get some.
Drew goes up first and is eating shit because they were still not paying attention and there were still not a ton of people there yet.
Yeah.
Like the bulk of the people weren't there yet. And Drew just stops in the middle of his hosting and just yells at him, "Shut the fuck up!"
Oh yeah, angrily, red-faced.
In the face of an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah, dude, not subtle at all.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Here we go. It was really fun because even when you're going up at like a shit night like that at an open mic, you still think you're like, well, I can turn this around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this crowd going.
That was
And
my
then
mindset when I went.
A minute in, you're like, this is fucked.
That's exactly what happened to me. I was like, I got these bitches. Like, I'm going to fucking take over. And I got up there and, like, I got, like, one line in and someone, like, interrupted me and I lost my steam and then it was just gone. And then it was just completely gone. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to call this bitch a fat bitch.
Yeah. Every one of us did that. Everyone that went up, I had the same thought. This is where the show's gonna turn around though.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't.
just
And you gotta
doesn't.
accept it. You're like, oh, it's still pretty funny though.
You're like, well, I still had my time.
The thing about heckling at a comedy show, and I thought about this, and I think Adam, Caitlin Holland, Caton,
Katon,
I almost said
Kayton.
Caton, yeah.
Yeah, Katon.
He said it one time. He was like, well, like fucking, when you heckle at a comedy show, it's like a streaker at a football game. Like you think you're doing
cool,
something good.
but you're really just fucking up the
You're
game.
fucking
Everyone's
up the
like,
whole
get this
game,
idiot
bro.
off
I
the
hate that
field.
person.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was thinking like, it's like if you were at an acoustic show and there's a guy up there playing an acoustic guitar singing a song,
And you're like, Freebird!
and you're in the audience with your own acoustic guitar singing a fucking song off key, being like, I'm just trying to help. I thought I was also a musician. It's like,
Yeah.
you're fucking not. This is a live performance.
Yeah.
And you're fucking this up, dude.
But also, like, yeah, no one, even if you are a good musician, no one came here to see you.
Yeah,
so
you're
wait your fucking turn.
Fucking this whole thing up with your shitty song. Why would you bring an acoustic guitar? You would get punched in the face if
Yeah.
you brought an acoustic guitar. But
Yeah.
for some reason at a comedy show,
Well,
that's not the case.
if you're at, like, Comedy Works, you might get punched in the face. But unfortunately, we don't have bouncers,
Yeah, that's true.
which we need.
Which we desperately need. We need
I
some
went to
security.
Ed, and I was like, can you throw those guys out? And he was like, And I was like, whatever, Ed.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
We'll get my buddy Seamus to do it, my manager in security.
There
He'll
we
throw
go.
people out of a bar that he does not work at.
We'll just get him a
He
shirt
will.
that says security, just like a generic one, and he can just do that. That's fine with me.
The bartender and the actual bouncer will be like, what are you doing, man? He'll be like, I fucking got this,
He's like, I
dude.
got it. Yeah, don't worry about
From
it.
the East Coast, they're not going to question him.
Yeah, he's like, you're not liable now.
Yeah.
And they're like, good enough.
But it's weird the difference between like a live music show and a live comedy show and what is expected of the audience
Right.
from their viewpoint.
Right. Well, there's so many people, it happens to us all the time where they're like, this is my first comedy show. I never go see comedy. So they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. And a lot of them are like, oh, we're going to go see a comedy show. Like, let's pregame. It's going to be a fucking rowdy time. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're not going to see String Cheese, dude. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah, you can't have a conversation during this.
Yeah. And then they show up fucking hammered and fuck it all up.
Yeah, someone's getting married tomorrow and they're jacked up about it.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Yeah, hate them. Wedding parties, the worst.
Yeah. But just keep the table talk to a minimum. Please.
Seriously.
Your cell phone's on silent. Keep the table talk to a minimum. Don't bring your own acoustic guitar to a fucking show. That's how absurd it is to me.
And
on
it's you're
stage.
not. That's a fitting analogy.
Like if you had seen someone at an acoustic show with their own guitar playing
Yeah.
in the
They're
audience.
just in the back, just playing the oboe, and you're like, "What are you
Like,
doing?"
Who is this insane fucking person
Yeah.
that came here to try to get the attention
Mm-hmm.
at a live show that's not about them?
Yeah. Well, especially open mic, because it's like there's a list.
Oh, sign the fuck
Yeah,
up,
you want to
buddy.
play your guitar? You can do it.
You sign up, do
And in the
anything here.
meantime, shut the fuck up.
Jesus. No, it's good. Just shut the fuck up. I thought that would work when I was telling them to shut the fuck up, but they just wouldn't.
Somehow, sometimes people are resistant to being told to shut the fuck up.
Usually when I get told to shut the fuck up, I'll be like, oh, maybe I'm doing something stupid,
oh,
and I'll shut the fuck
Maybe I should,
Up.
shut the fuck up. Some people just don't shut the fuck up.
But that was good. It was, I'm excited for the fucking shows coming up,
Yeah.
man.
We got, so this upcoming weekend, today is Friday, 27th, so a week from today, we got the hilarious Mo Vita.
Coming back.
Yes,
She
guest
wanted
on-
seconds, bro.
She wanted seconds,
She wanted
baby.
seconds of that Steamboat Comedy fucking cake,
Yes.
dog.
She can't get enough.
Mo
Mo Vita's the
still
fucking
hungry. I can't wait to
best.
see her.
Dude, she's so great. She's been on the Steamboat Comedy podcast. Check it out. She was on episode probably like 50 something. We did like a call in with her. She's great. Real pro.
Yep.
Been doing it for a while. And we had her up last time as like a feature. I'm excited to have her up as a headliner.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
she
her show,
deserves
baby.
it.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's going to be great. She's bringing in, Oh, fuck. It's going to bug me. She's bringing in a feature that she really likes. I can't remember this dude's name off the top of my head.
It wasn't Hunter, was it?
No. I want to say it's Ian something. Let me,
But in the meantime,
yeah, talk about something.
our boy MK Paulson is also in
yeah.
fucking town, man.
That
and
is
we're
exciting
stoked
news.
for that.
We've got, so the hilarious MK Paulson, a guest on the Steamboat Comedy podcast, and done a couple shows with us. He's moving here for the winter.
And our
So he's
nipples are hard about it.
designated feature / headliner whenever we need him to be. I'm so pumped. He just got in town. I was hoping to have him in the last show, but he just got in town.
He'll be at this show, baby.
At this show, yeah. Jacob Erdman.
Jacob Erdman.
Yes.
I love it. I love seeing new fucking people I've never seen do
Me
comedy
too.
before.
And especially people that like I know Mo. Mo's funny. She knows funny people.
She's not gonna bring a dud, bro.
She's not gonna bring
She
a
would
dud.
not do that.
If she's like, there's this guy and I want him to feature, I'm like, I have 100% faith in you.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, and it's great just even as a fan of comedy, because sometimes when you write jokes, you're like, there's nothing else to fucking write about, and then new people come in and they do a joke, and you're like,
Sparks your
there's
inspiration.
more shit to write about.
Yeah.
Look at that. He just said something that
Something-
no one's ever fucking thought of before, or she,
Yes.
or they,
Or they. Or Zer.
anyone. You think
Yeah.
I'd get a bunch of laughs if I went blackface and did a Dave Chappelle impression? It was just like, I hate trans people.
Yeah.
I think
Worked
that
for
could be
French
a
accent.
good YouTube French accent in America, baby.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. So yeah, Jacob Erdman, MK Paulson, and Mo Video are gonna be in this show.
Yep. This coming weekend.
This coming weekend, the Friday, the 3rd and 4th tickets are now available. SteamboatComedy.com/events. Check it out.
Check it out.
We gotta go. I gotta hit you up because I gotta go hang up a bunch of posters again.
Yep. We'll print.
And I just put it on the happenings for the pilot, and all that online shit. Got a Facebook event going, so
Yeah.
it's coming your way, baby. Steamboat, it's coming right up your ass.
People are excited about it.
People are talking about it.
It's true, bro. I think people are excited about it.
I
Like,
think
oh, we
so.
can go see a fucking comedy show in Steamboat. Wonder what that's like. Come down and find out.
Yeah, and when you come, shut the fuck up.
Just please be respectful of the
Just be
comedians.
respectful of the comedians, especially if you're an 11-year-old girl
Yeah.
or a fucking 50-year-old cunty mom with a phone.
Oh my god.
She sucked.
Yeah, she irritated me to a good. I had a moment on stage where I was like, "You're getting mad right now. Like, please dial it the fuck back
Yeah.
before you."
It's
call
kind of
me."
like I'm winning, but also you might explode and make this worse.
Yeah, I could have a Kramer moment up here, dude.
Just start screaming the
Luckily,
N-word.
I didn't do any blow beforehand. 'Cause I would.
This time.
Yeah, not this time. Come to the next show though. The snow event at the Steamboat Bowl.
Yes.
Snow Bowl.
Oh, well, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, and this is for all of our listeners. I'm looking for ideas.
Write in. Talk to
Write
us.
in.
Or just come by and say hi.
Hey, just you can call me
Yeah,
on my
you call
phone.
us.
It's
Phone
on the
number.
website. Literally, the website phone is just my personal phone number.
Looks professional as fuck though.
It's so funny because sometimes like someone will call me and I'll answer and they'll be like, "Yellow," and they're like, "Is this Steamboat Comedy?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah,
It's Kyle, but yeah.
yeah, here I am. What can I do for you?"
Let me transfer you to Kyle.
Yeah, beep boop beep boop boop. Here I am.
Steamboat Comedy.
Steamboat Comedy
Can I
is a
help you?
Kyle. But what was the point I was going to
Snowball.
make? Oh, Snowball. Thank you. So starting this week. Oh fuck, that's another announcement coming this
This
weekend.
week?
This week is the return of the adult spelling bee.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say the snowball thing. I was like, we're not ready.
Well, I'm getting to that. Yeah, we're not ready for that. I don't even know what we're doing. So Tuesday nights we'll have open mic at the Press. Every Wednesday we'll have the adult spelling bee coming back, which is a fucking blasty blast.
People love it.
People love it. It's a ton of fun for us, unless Reed calls someone retarded. But other than that, most people like it who aren't named Karen Johnston or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
But Thursday, this is the story. I go to meet with the Snowball. I get a text from our boy Tony Counts. Shout out to Tony.
Yep.
He was also there for Harvey's Huddle and was like, "Don't swear." And I was like, "Tony, I got it."
I'm gonna swear.
Yeah. And I was like,
Damn
"Fuck
it.
you, Tony."
I know who I am.
Yeah, you know what the fuck you're signing up for. So they're like, "Hey, we want you to host trivia. Do you want to come talk about it?" And I was like, "Okay." So I drive the Snowball and I get there, and they're like, yeah, so like let's talk ideas. And I was like, yeah, so trivia. What are you thinking about trivia? And they're like, yeah, we could do trivia or something else. I don't know. What do you think we should do? And I said, what? And they're like, yeah, well, I mean, we just want to do an event here. We were talking to you all summer. Want to do an event with Steamboat Comedy. We're sorry we didn't get back to you. Things got a little hectic.
Yeah.
But we want to do something with you this winter. What do you think we should do? And I said, I don't know.
Wasn't prepared for that
Yeah,
question.
yeah. And they're like, well, you're a comic. We put you on the spot. Isn't that what you do? And I was like, kind of, I guess.
No, I prepare my shit usually.
Yeah, I write it all down.
Many months in advance.
Yeah, let me go get my fucking journal and write this down verbatim for an hour. So I was just like, okay.
So
what's some ideas?
We thought of like bingo, that
So
thing.
we were thinking like bar games, right?
Yeah.
But their whole
Because it's
point,
at a fucking. The tough part is it's at a fucking bowling alley, so we can't do a comedy show.
it would be hard.
We
The
can't do
setup's not really
stand-up
there. You can't
with
really do
fucking
stand up.
people rolling, 7-10 splits in the background.
Yes, right. Just crashing
Yeah.
pens and shit.
Little kids putting it up on that fucking little thing they push the ball down on.
Yeah,
the bumpers are
with the
coming in and
bumpers
out.
going.
It would
And they're-
not be cool.
They're drooling and puking all over the place
Yeah,
and
dude.
eating candy and
Getting
shit.
drunk,
Getting hammered.
getting drunk and heckling us. Those little fucking shitty kids.
Fucking these 11-year-olds, man, they're a
11-year-old
problem.
kids.
I'll just bring in Drew to scream at any 11-year-old that
Shut
gets.
the fuck up. So that it started to comedy there at a bowling
Yes,
alley.
which they've talked about. They have a great outdoor stage, but for the winter, it's not going to happen unless they build a tent, which they might, which would be insane.
That'd be pretty cool.
Their outdoor stage is amazing.
Let's
and
get
we,
them to do that.
We did a show there without that on pallets, so it's a big step up.
Right next to the highway.
Right next to the highway. Man, that was maybe the most stressful day of my whole fucking life.
But it turned out great.
Turned out great. Anyways, that's a whole. I don't want to get sidebarred on that. So we're trying to come up with ideas, and like bar games go. We were like, well, what about bingo? And it's like, well, bingo is a bar game, but like, are people gonna pick? Oh, we gotta go do bingo. Drive to the other side of town, and do bingo. Like, are you gonna tell your friends about bingo?
No.
The answer is no, of course.
God, no.
So we're kicking
real
around-
here and we're honest. No one's
Right.
gonna fucking do that for bingo.
No. So some of the ideas we kicked around, well, one just brainstorming with them there because they just bought me a beer and like let's fucking brainstorm. And I said okay. I was like, what's an old like game show, TV show type thing that we could replicate? And the best we could come up with was the dating game.
I like it.
So if we did the Steamboat dating game,
Gay dating game.
yeah. Well, I mean, with the ratios we have, that's probably the best we got.
Yeah, bro.
So
Bunch
it
of
would be
chicks in fucking flannels.
there's 4 lesbians in town and we get them on the first try.
They're every week.
So the idea is like the old dating show. For those who don't know the old game show, it's you have one. It's blind. You have one bachelorette. It would, in our case, let's be honest, it'd be 1 girl and 3 dudes, and the
It's gotta
girl,
be.
it'd be 3 guys like between some kind of barrier.
She can't see him.
She
is the
can't
whole
see him.
point. We
And
might
she's
just
like-
have to blindfold her though. You know?
Right.
Which could be funny.
That could be great. We could spin her around and fucking hit her with sticks like a
No,
pinata.
not there.
No, not
We're
too much.
Let's not beat this.
I'm trying to
woman.
make this. I'm trying to make this memorable. I'm just saying, guys would love it. But we could do that, and we would have like you and I would host it, and we could heckle, and we could also write the questions that she has to ask them. Like Bachelor number 1, how do you feel about anal?
Yeah.
And just see what their responses are, and go back and just do a whole dating show like that. That could be fun.
That could be good. I like it.
I think it would be really funny. The
We could
question
try
on,
it the fuck out.
We
You
could
know,
try
that's
it out.
The cool thing.
I just don't know if it's an every week, if it's a doable weekly, because they're like Thursday nights are yours, the whole winter, starting mid-January. Whatever you want to do on Thursdays, it's yours. What do you want to do? And I was like, holy shit, I don't know.
I got nothing.
Got nothing. So that was one,
We
but
just
I
show up and bowl. Can we bowl for free?
yeah, right.
And then we'll videotape it and call it a thing.
Call it marketing.
Yeah.
The one guy was like, you could do cash cab. And I was like, how the fuck would that work? We're not going to do cash cab.
Can't do cash cab.
Can't do cash cab.
That's just Jeopardy.
It doesn't make.
But it's
and
in a cab.
Also, like, I don't want to drive.
You don't have to say what is.
It's like you basically pay me in beers. I'm not going to drive around.
Yeah. I think Jeopardy would be way better if Alex Trebek would throw beers in people's faces if they didn't say what is.
Right?
Rest in peace.
There's just like a pie that comes up from
Yeah.
from their thing and hits him in the
You didn't
face.
say what is. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Fucking idiot. Aaron Rodgers just hits him with a football.
Fucking tight
He
spiral,
just
bro.
tight spiral to the nose, dude.
The whole game. He's asking questions but just warming up his arm.
Yeah, he's like, so, what's the capital of Thailand? It hits him right in the nuts. So the other one we came up with was bingo, but there's a precedent for it. It's been done. It's called B Movie Bingo. So if you ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, yeah. So it'd be like they have a big projector there, like in their main area. So we would show a movie on the projector, some dumb old movie, and we would play bingo. We'd have like a card that just has like certain like movie cliches on it.
Yeah.
Like a big one. I've got like a template because my buddy looked it up. It says like good guy fights bad guy mano a mano. That's a spot.
Yeah, you
know what I
stamp
mean?
that. Yeah.
So like that, like love interest does this spot.
Love interest, yeah.
Yeah, like gratuitous use of the N-word. That's a spot, you know.
Softcore kiss.
Softcore kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy petting. Yeah.
Yep.
Sexual innuendos. That's a spot. So that kind of thing. But meanwhile, you and I or whoever, we just sit there and we just talk shit on the movie the whole time. And
yeah, just like Mystery Science.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
just
that
heckle
too.
it. That could be fun.
That could be a blast.
That could be a
Those-
super blast.
We love movies.
We do love movies.
We can
We'll just watch
movies.
Die Hard every week.
Yeah, bro, yes.
That's also between football games on Thanksgiving. We watch Die Hard.
awesome.
It was great.
The Orig?
The Orig.
God, it's a good movie.
It's so great.
In every facet.
Yeah, Alan
Storyline.
Rickman is Hans fucking.
The fucking acting's really good. It's funny.
It's It's got the
Bruce
the
Willis
comedic
is
relief.
very funny in it, dude.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
got
holy
his little
shit.
moment, especially when he's like talking to himself. He's like every moment he's alone, he's like, "What the fuck am I doing? How did we get here, John? What are you
Yeah.
doing right now, John?
You're in a fucking vent.
You're in a vent." What's he say? I saw a Christmas sweater said he's like, have a few people over for the holidays. It's going to be fun. As he's like crawling through the vent covered in blood.
Those are two good ideas.
Those
And
two
we
good
got till
ideas.
January, so let's put it off till
We
last
got-
week of December.
Exactly. We got a month and a half. So anyone listening, if you got an idea,
What would you like to do at the bowling alley?
yeah, hit us up at Steamboat Comedy or at Cower of Comedy on Instagram. Shoot me a message. Fuck, you can call me. Like I said, my number's on the website.
You can text him directly.
Text me directly. Shoot me any kind of communication available.
You can go
Let me
to-
know if you got a good idea.
You can go
We'll
to
figure it out.
Hazy's and just see him there.
Yeah,
Be like, let's do this.
you can just come to fucking karaoke on Tuesday after open mic, and I'll be there
He'll be
hammered.
wasted.
I won't remember anything you said.
You'll have to write it down for
Yeah,
him.
you'll have to remind me the next day. But we'll take it in consideration. We got to figure out something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We're goddamn animals, bro.
We're professionals, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Good stuff coming.
Good stuff coming. We got things going on. I don't know. You got anything else to add for the podcast?
No, dude. How did we do? What are we at on time?
About an hour.
That's fucking
That's
great for
fucking-
a podcast, dude.
That's where
All
we
these
keep
podcasts do like fucking 4 hours and shit. It's like literally nobody can listen to that whole thing.
it. No. 1 hour is where I like to keep it at tops.
Even 45 to an hour is beautiful, dude.
Yes.
Think about a TV show. 21 fucking minutes. Most people can't watch that unless it's American Ninja Warrior, which is a pretty good show.
And then you can just binge it all day long.
All
It was way
day.
better when it was in Japan, though.
Yeah.
I love the original.
That was MXC. Is that what you're talking about? The one on Spike?
That's different, but also
The
even
or-
better.
It's the original American
Oh
Ninja
my god,
Warrior.
MXC is so funny. We were just watching it. It's on, I think Hulu. They have it. You can just watch any episode you want. We just threw in some random ones. I was fucking dying.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Those fucking hosts are the best, bro.
Yeah, right. You are, Ken.
Make nuggets. Or they'll just say random shit. Like
And
when
there's
they
always
start
like
running.
there's like running jokes the whole time with like the whatever, because it's the one we watched. It was like hairstylists versus restaurant workers or something like
Yeah.
that. And there's just constant fucking jokes about like how shitty their jobs are or whatever. Dude, it's so good.
If you haven't watched MXC, check it out. Friend of the podcast.
Yeah, MXC. Steamboat Classic. All right, I think that's a good place to wrap it, though. Anything else you want to promote? Anything in your life?
Now you want to talk about the afterlife or something real quick? We can save it.
I got mixed feelings. I don't know if it exists.
You scared to die?
A little bit, yeah. Are you?
No.
No, you're not scared to die?
I'm not scared to die. Everyone dies.
Everyone dies. Doesn't mean it's not scary. Everyone takes painful shits. That's kind of scary.
If you accept it as a part of life, though.
I mean, you just got to
Look at it as a natural thing and let it be a natural thing, which I'm saying don't go out there and kill yourself.
Or take painful shits on
Or
purpose.
take painful shits or take a bunch of pills. Don't do that. It's a natural thing. It can be a beautiful experience.
Or you go straight to hell.
Straight to hell, and it's fiery. And if you
It's
weren't,
torment.
if you weren't a Jehovah's Witness,
Yes,
you're in hell.
If you didn't correctly follow the Mormon faith.
You fucking celebrated Halloween 1 year out of your life, you're going to hell. That's
You dressed up in blackface just one time.
one fucking time.
Sorry,
dude.
French accent. You're toast.
Everybody thinks you're a fucking bad person.
Right?
Let's wrap it up.
All right.
Let's wrap
Thanks
it
for
up.
listening. Check out steamboatcomedy.com for the events and the shows coming up. Get your tickets for this weekend show, the Winter Comedy Stand-Up Series at Schmiggity's. It's going to be a great time. Show starts at 8 Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and the 4th of December. Outside of that, we love you. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Thank you. Check it out all day, all night.
Don't be afraid to die.
Don't be afraid to die. Don't kill yourself, but don't be afraid to die.
Rain or shine, it's here to make you laugh. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast. It's the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.